I started riding when I was basically about 18 years old when I had my first bike. Yeah, I had my actual first bike was like a 1970s Honda 50cc, and then later I actually borrowed my friend's, like, let's see, I can't remember what year it was, probably about a 2000 CBR 600, and that's pretty much what got me hooked on motorcycles. What's the racing scene like here? Well, it's quite unique, especially since I'm a foreigner, right? So there's only a few foreigners that ride here, but it's still very grassroots. It's still new, even though there's been racing here for years. It's been going on for years, but it's something the locals haven't quite figured out yet, and it's changing quite a bit. Back about 14 years ago compared to now, it's still kind of at the same level, but they're finally starting to get figuring out how sponsorships work. They're starting to start making money off the organizations. So there we go. Yeah. It's pretty. It's being a foreigner though. It's quite fun. Actually have organized events and doing different things like endurance races. They didn't do that years ago. They actually now have sanctions events they're actually making a little bit of money. So if from about, let's say 15 years ago, there was just a few races. Now there's more and more and more, and there's other organizations doing it as well. So it's probably what you say, probably what Europe and the U.S. was maybe about 20 years ago. So they're a little behind. Pretty much anyone that does it is probably mentally out of their mind. You get guys that are just they're just speed junkies. You get guys that are just completely nerdy, they play computer games all night long, right? But then they love bikes. So it's a real mix of everyone out there. You get myself. I'm 42 years old, and there's plenty of guys that are of my age or even older that are still riding, they're still racing. Then you get all these new guys that are 19, 20, 21, right? And those guys are the fast ones, by the way. Us older guys, we have all the experience too, right? But you just don't. We don't have the bravery anymore, right? I don't want to crash and break my leg, right? But anyway, you get a whole mix of people, and one of the fastest riders right now in Taiwan is a 39-year-old woman. Her name is Liu Junmei. She's incredible. It's insane. She raced just the last race, the TMRC event, and she just murdered it. More women are trying to get involved in it, but there's really not that many women racers. There's a few. They kind of come and go here and there, so I think they look good for sponsorship too. A lot of teams want a woman to be a rider, right? But yeah, they're getting more and more. We got the Libao track right now, so that's a brand new track that opened up a few years ago. So that's there's two tracks. There's a smaller go-kart track that's only about, I think it's 1.5 kilometers. They have a larger track that's basically I think it's 3.5 kilometers. So I mean, those tracks are pretty much what you would think about back home. Besides that though, we don't really have much else. We have these little small go-kart tracks that are not well taken care of. They need to be repaved. They're basically kind of, I'm sorry to say, but they're kind of junk. I mean, if I had my choice, I would love to be on a full-scale, 3.5 kilometer track, right, style. But right now, unfortunately, it's not like that. So usually we have to ride the smaller go-kart tracks.